Morning, all my sweet friends, pals, and confidants. How are y'all this morning? I'm good. It's yesterday was a rainy, stormy, messy day. We got 6 inches. Good morning. Someone wants to say hi. Oh, we got 6 inches of rain last night or yesterday. I was so shocked. I have a rain gauge in my elevated garden, and we were sitting eating. I made pizza last night, and I looked over and I said, I can't tell how much water is in that, how much rain is in that. My husband said, it's at the top. It has never been at the top. And I, after dinner, took Moses out to the back um, to do his business, and we had a lake back there. It was the most rain I'd ever seen. So I've been here a little over a year, and last night was the most rain that we've seen fall at one time since I've been here. It was 6 inches in just one afternoon. I went to the movie yesterday, got out about, I don't know, 3:30-ish, went to Publix, and while I was in Publix, it started to rain. So it was thunder, lightning. It was really coming down, and most people were just standing outside of Publix. They weren't even going to their cars. So I did. I think I was the only person that went to their car because I'm thinking I'm gonna get wet, so wet. Um, but when I got home and parked in the driveway and walked to my front door, I was soaked. My hair was drenched. It actually looked decent yesterday because I washed it, and I was a soaked rat. So when I got home, I just came in. I didn't take Moses out, which was a mistake because he had an accident. Well, I don't know if it was an accident. He did it in the bathroom, so he probably thinks if we can go in there, he can go in there. And he went on the rug. Anyway, um, by the time Co got home, I think it had pretty much stopped raining. So it rained for maybe 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, we got 6 inches. That's how hard it was raining. Um, Moses, what are you doing? He's playing with the microphone. Are you playing with the microphone? Don't you think he would be cuter without the beard? I hate the beard. It gets in his food, it gets in his water. I want to shave it off, but my husband loves his beard. And he's a Brussels Griffon, and they're supposed to have a beard, so. Crazy dog. I love him so much. Anyway, so this morning I did a thing. I renewed my nursing license. I'm 68 years old. I am not currently working as a nurse. I would love to find a part-time desk job, if any of y'all know of anything out there, preferably working from home, but if not, needs to be here somewhere here in St. Augustine. So I renewed my license because if you're a nurse, you know how hard you worked all through college, all through nursing school. I heard a doctor who was a registered nurse first and then went to medical school to become a doctor. He said nursing school was just as hard as medical school, only it was the, what did he call it? Like the Reader's Digest version. It all got crammed into one, and no specialty until after you graduate and go to work, and then you get your specialty. I love this little boy. Isn't he the sweetest? So, and then for 40 years, I've kept that license, and I've never had a bad mark against my license. So the truth is, I worked so hard to get that license and to keep that license. I will never give it up. I will never put it on standby. I don't care if I'm 90 years old. I will continue every 2 years to get my continuing education credits and my pay the fee to renew my license. It was $75, I think, plus some little odds and ends. And then it's 24 continuing education credits, and and so many of them have to be in certain things like domestic violence, HIV. I can't remember. We're probably going to end up having a COVID one too. Who knows? I think there's a medication compliance or error one. I don't remember what all, but we have certain CEUs that we have to do, and then you have to renew it every 2 years. Like I said, they will have to pry my nursing license out of my cold, dead hands because I will never, ever give it up. I worked too hard to get it, to keep it. I'm never going to give it up. I have a friend that has retired and actually put hers on, it's whatever they do when you retire. I'm assuming if she decides she wants to work, she can somehow get it out of retirement. I don't know. I don't want to go through all that. I want to have my nursing license. If there's an emergency and I need my license for something, I want to have it. I don't want to have to go through all that of getting it back. So I'll just do the CEUs and pay it every year, every 2 years. Um, what else is going on? Wednesday was my husband's birthday. He turned 69. And we had a little bit of a surprise happy birthday for him at our discipleship group. I earlier in the day had picked up a cake from Publix that said "Happy Birthday, CO, God's Man," and it was his favorite cake. And I got a couple balloons and took them over to CJ and Jennifer's house early, like 1 o'clock, and then went back home and pretended like nothing happened. He didn't ask me why I didn't bake him a cake, and I didn't offer. And then when we got to the house, his cake was there. And he did have a little bit of cake, a little bit. He's diabetic, so he couldn't have a lot of cake. So he had a little bit of cake. I did want to read to you today out of Job. It's just one chapter because the next couple of chapters go together, need to be read together, and they're quite long. This one's very short, so I'm going to go ahead and Moses and I are going to read it to you. This is Bildad's third response to Job. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "By the way, before I get started, do you have your coffee?" I have my coffee, black with some non-sugar sweetener. Yesterday, I didn't drink coffee in the morning. CO wanted to call the newspaper and report it because I don't go a morning without a cup of coffee. But yesterday was a lazy day. I just kind of stayed in bed. My plan was to go to the movies, and I did. I went and saw Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. It was good. If you're a Mandalorian fan, you will love it. I'm telling you, it was good. The Star Wars movies had gone off track for me. I loved all the original Star Wars movies, but this one they went off track as the franchise went on. But this one was really good. It had the son of Jabba the Hutt was the main co-star besides the Mandalorian and Grogu. I love Grogu. He's so adorable. He kind of reminds me of him. Grogu doesn't have a beard, but Grogu's very loving and sweet, just like this pupper. Yes. Okay, let me get back to my reading. God is powerful and dreadful. He enforces peace in the heavens. Who is able to count his heavenly army? Doesn't his light shine on all the earth? How can a mortal be innocent before God? Can anyone born of a woman be pure? God is more glorious than the moon. He shines brighter than the stars. In comparison, people are maggots. We mortals are mere worms. So finally, one of these friends said something I can agree with. Compared to God, we are nothing. My goodness. When I think about God and how magnificent He is, I'm just always so blown away that He cares about me. Isn't that amazing? That the glorious God who created this universe actually loves you, loves me. It boggles my mind. But it's why I continue to study Him, to learn from Him, to be what He wants me to be. He created me. Why shouldn't I be what He wants me to be? After all, He only wants good for me. He wants, not only does He want good, was that a snore? Not only does He want what's good for me, He wants the best for me and for you. That's how much He loves us. Why wouldn't we serve Him when He wants to give us the best there is? We can't even create the best there is for ourselves, but He can. He's the God of the universe, the God of everything. He created everything, and He loves me. That's all I have for today. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Moses and I are signing off for the weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.